Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
Say Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beyond.
What? Beltway Radio.
And beyond.
It is 6 p.m. on a Monday. You know what time it is. It is Conversations with Comedians on Beltway Radio and beyond. You know the part that get me the most about that joint is the fact that you got some dude who's like, what? As if you didn't hear these simple ass lyrics. Beltway Radio. And I missed it. What? Beltway Radio. It's like, nah, bro. It's the same thing. I'm your host, Mr. Perspective, Doug Bennett. As always, I'm joined by my engineer extraordinaire, Be Easy, who has just let me know that we actually have a remix to that song. Now, he wants to leave me and y'all in suspense. So
Actually, no, it's not suspenseful because I've been playing it for this morning.
So what is it?
Well, I have to do it for your show. So I can when we introduce the sort of how you did the show introductions.
Listen at that, man. Listen at that.
What?
Let me explain something to you, America. Let me give you some blackanese. All right, when black people start repeating themselves and their hand motions start getting more and more erratic, like Brian's was, because he's off camera, they capping. They capping for real. Because you should see him. It's a remix. Mix that's read. And I do it for everyone else's show, but I'm like, nigga, put your hand down. Because he can't lie. You can't lie without your hand. Like as a black man, we can't lie without our hands. Like if this is how, ladies, I'm gonna give you a little tip. As if there ain't enough to tell your man lying. Tell his ass to put his hands together and then tell you where he was last night. I guarantee you that nigga have a stroke. I guarantee you that nigga has a stroke. Seriously, put your hands together. Now, where were you last night? Nigga have a stroke. Man, I love being in the building, man. We got our special guest, Ben.
And he just had it too.
He just told me, Ben Nokiba. will be joining us at 15 after the hour. A comedian from New York is now in DC doing this thing out here. I perform with him a lot of times, man. A very, very funny cat. We're gonna get a chance to talk about that. We're gonna get into some news. How was your Easter? Do you even celebrate that? No, I'm being for real, man, because the thing that's killing me about this woke generation is the fact of the matter that it's like sometimes, man, just stay asleep. Like, you know, no, but for real, man, because it's like now people like, man, you know why we celebrate Easter? It has to do with the stars and the moon, and that's the reason why Easter is on a different day each year. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I haven't been to an Easter Sunday in so long. Once, I'm gonna tell you right now, and God forgive me. Once I got my car, church was an option. I'm just gonna be real with you. Once I got my car, church was an option because my favorite scripture became "You are the church." So I was a mobile home for the Lord. I drove around, and every time I was at a stoplight, I blessed somebody. Hey, today will be the best 24 hours of your life. Drop straight off. Because I'm serious, man. Being in church, I don't know what it is, man, but sometimes it just seems like being in church all day is just so unnecessary.
Oh, then you're gonna love this. So I went to visit my great aunt, and she getting all these calls, you know, people wishing her happy Easter and all that stuff. And then one of my cousins called and mentioned the fact that they just got out of church.
At what time?
They went in at 9. Did not come out until like about 12:30.
I hate he made that joint sound like court. They went in at 9. They took a couple recesses called offering and prayer, and they didn't get adjourned or benedictioned until 5.
Right.
You're like, come on, bro.
And my great aunt, she went into church, and their church had, you know, different times. So she went in.
So there was no sunrise service because 9 o'clock is pretty
actually,
late.
There was.
Okay, I was about to say.
She went in for a 9 o'clock service, but the quote unquote sunrise service was still happening by the time she got there.
The sun is already up.
I know.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. I think this is probably the most memorable slap in the mouth I'd ever gotten. My mom said, I think I was about 14. And my mom was like, yeah, we getting ready to go to sunrise service. And I was like, why? She was like, because he got up. I said, well, isn't the reason why he got up is so I could stay asleep? I'm just saying, man, like, ain't that the reason he got up so I could stay asleep? Like, who's trying to beat Jesus up? Nobody can beat him up. Like Jesus, he's already awake. Didn't it say the Bible, his eyes go to and fro? That don't sound like REM. That don't sound like REM sleep to me. That sounds like a man that already has his day started. So why do I need to compete with the Lord? Then don't they say in black churches you can't outgive God's giving?
Yes.
I'm not giving, like, I just never understood. When I tell you my mother slapped the taste out of my mouth, it was like I had COVID before there was COVID. I couldn't taste shit the rest of that day. I couldn't, man, because it was just crazy to me. And then on top of that, it was an Easter Sunday and it was the first Sunday. So not only did you have sunrise service, this was back in the day where you had communion, and communion was a separate service unto itself. So you were literally there all day long. I could have sworn, you know how people say there's a still small voice and that's the voice of the Lord? I swore I heard somebody say, y'all still here? I swore, I don't know if it was Jesus or what. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Jesus was like,
he was.
Hey,
even though
I didn't need all this.
I need all this. And you know what kills me the most about church is that the pastors, like black pastors and white pastors, are totally different. White pastors are very direct and to the point. He really is. They really are. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's right. Not in the middle, not at the end, saints, but in the beginning. They always sound like some library teacher. Not in the middle, not at the end, but at the very beginning, saints.
Actually, yes, that's true.
At the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, and means together. And that's how we need to be. together. 11:15, you gone. Not in black churches. Black churches with black pastors, they put so much excess into it, it ain't even funny. Well, he went down to the tomb and he rolled the stone away. He couldn't pick it up. He rolled it away. And then you walked in and you saw his clothes was folded. You want to know why they was folded? Because Jesus said, do everything in decency and in order. Our God believed. You were like, bruh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. That is not what he meant. He just, like, come on. I mean, and keeps going.
Oh, don't forget the choir break.
Oh,
So,
yes.
That's what really gets
And
you
is it
started.
just me, or does the churches we grew up in, is it just me, or does the choir director have them repeat themselves? Like, it's never 3 times. No, it's this. And you just sit and got Jesus will fix it. Willie will. Jesus will fix it. Say it again. Jesus will fix it. After a while, you be like, it's fixed. Move on to the bridge, man.
Take it to the bridge.
Take it to the bridge, bro. I'm for real. I feel like I that go-go song. Take it to the bridge. Dun 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 dun. Man, serious, because I do feel like busting loose. Like, get me up out of here, bro. Seriously, man. But I don't want to disrespect the people who do. But it's just amazing to me when you sit up here and look at all the theatrics that go on in church and whatnot. Like, remember having to buy a suit and it was always pastel or some color like that, and you never wore the suit again because it was forever known as your Easter suit. I swear, man. I'm for real. I remember one time my mama bought me a fuchsia colored suit. Now, for all the people out there who don't know what fuchsia is, neither do I. All right, I really and truly don't. But my mother bought that suit and she made me wear that joint. I had a vest. It was like, remember back in the day where the suits were kind of flashy? Like they gave like a little glare to them. Like they were usually like silver or gray. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I couldn't stand that suit. I really and truly couldn't. I was so ready to get out of that suit. And then the Easter egg hunt later. I'm still trying to figure out what a rabbit and an egg got to do with Easter. Me and my mother was talking about that. I said, man, us as black folk, we'll just cut and paste stuff together. Like there was a song that my church used to love singing. Mary, don't you weep. Martha, don't you moan. Remember that song? No. It's like, Mary, don't you weep. Martha, don't you moan. You be like, and there's a part that be like, why? Because because Pharaoh got drowned in the Red Sea. You like, wait a minute. Are we cutting and pasting the Bible here? Like, Pharaoh is in Exodus. Mary and Martha weeping is in John. Like, what are we talking about here? They're like, don't worry about it. Just keep singing it. And then that's when, because you know that Jesus, he will fit. Yes, you know that Jesus, he will. You like, whew, I'm serious, man. I'm for real. I don't go to church for religious reasons. Yo, let's get into it, man. Conversations with comedians on Beltway Radio and beyond, man. Our first order of business, we talking about resurrections. The video vixen, formerly known as Blac Chyna, she is continuing her I don't even know what to call it, man. Her worldwide tour of purging, where she has now turned her life over to God and, talking about, yeah, I'm going by my name, Angela White. It's like, you have been going by Angela White with the FBI and the IRS and people like that. Only black people literally and truly go by nicknames as if that's on your birth certificate. And I'm telling you right now from personal experience, I got an uncle named Sticks. STYXX. I did not find out his real name was Cornelius until I was 20. I swear to God, I did not find out my Uncle Sticks' real name was Cornelius until I was age 20. And that was when somebody called my grandmama's house, and they was like, yeah, may we speak to Cornelius? I'm like, man, ain't no Cornelius here. You done called 3 times. Stop calling. I damn near hung up. He got grabbed. Hey, that's for me. I was like, nigga, when is your name been Cornelius? Like, when? He's like, my name Cornelius. It's been Cornelius my whole life. Nigga, I'm 20. It ain't been my whole life. Your name has been Sticks. Like for real. So it kills me when she's like, yo, I'm going by Angela White, my real name. It's like, no, you've always gone by your real name. Black people are the only people that let people go by their nickname. Like you meet a dude in the street. What's your name? Man, my name is OG Firestarter. Nigga, no, it's not. Your name is Sylvester. Your name is Sylvester. Like for real. So I guess my biggest thing is, do you believe this is authentic? Like this turning around of black, oh, she's on her. Something tells me she's familiar with that position. What do you think? Like seriously, what do you think? Because the one thing I can understand, I heard another pundit say this is, why does it seem like God always got to get our leftovers? Once we done doing whatever the hell it is we do, all of a sudden we come into a revelatory moment. All of a sudden the lights come on. Forget the fact that the flip was switched a long time ago. Like what do you think of that? I'm not trying to judge, but I just wonder, what do you think of that? Because remember, Kanye, at one point in time, Kanye was doing church services in the wilderness.
For Miss Angela White, who's not the porn star, maybe she is, but anyway, after seeing that picture,
stunt double.
Yeah, need to tone up it then.
Wow. See, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it ain't always me. It ain't. He like doing that stuff because he can hide behind a computer screen and y'all see my face. Right. That's why.
Honestly, it's just her. And again, I still feel like you could have did this in private.
Thank you.
And going back to this picture, it's like, okay, why you're overdressing doing
that? Yeah, like yo,
shop?
who's she taking to the prom? Yeah. Grizzly Adams, like Smokey the Bear, this is the thing that kills me about social media. You lack social media is something where you really and truly, you don't know the authentism behind something. Like for real. Like it kills me. Like you got a whole bunch of mothers out there. And this is the reason why I say men are a lot more forgiving than women. Because trust me, if you a deadbeat dad and you showing all these pictures on Easter talking about, yeah, I'm with the kiddos, we about to go Easter egg hunting. She's like, no, the only egg you hunted for was mine. You ain't found no eggs. Like, that's exactly what a woman will do. Notice, Rob, nor Tiger, nor Future, nobody has come out and said nothing about her. Ladies, men are a lot more forgiving than y'all think we are, because I'm gonna tell you right now, could you imagine if Tiger came out and said something like, oh, you done found Jesus? When was he lost? Like, where was he lost? You done seen the light? Or is that just when we turn the bedroom on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So I'm just letting you know, ladies, men are a lot more forgiving for y'all. Y'all need to take a page out of our book. Then the Bible say forgive. Forgive. I'm serious, man. I don't know, man. It's just funny to me. It really and truly is, because I agree with you. Your personal journey should be something that's kept between you and the Creator. And I believe there's a lack of sincerity there when you got to post it. Because to me, let me ask you this question before we get our guest in. Name one woman that's ever taken a picture right the first time. I'm just asking. Name one woman that has ever taken a picture right the first time. Don't worry. Let the Lord use you, because he's using Black China. Let me answer that question. Yeah, not never. Not never. Not never. So my question is, how many poses or how many times did you have to say, you know what, that doesn't look sincere enough? I'm not broken enough. I'm not, what do they say in church land? Prostate. It's prostate. Or it's something. No, it is. I'm not making this up.
Prostate.
It's okay. Prostate. Laying prostate. Prostate before the Lord.
Your guest is losing it when he heard that.
It is. It's like you laying prostate before the Lord. And I didn't even know women had prostates. Like I did. Oh, okay. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, how many times did she have to take that picture laying prostate before the Lord? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not one to question nobody. I'm just saying, man, I've never known a woman to take a picture right the first time. So I'm just wondering, how many times did she have to keep arching her back? Never mind. I'm going too far. Hey, yo, our special
Wrong
guest.
Angela White he's thinking about.
Yeah, is it now? Hey, yo, man, our special guest is in the building. He is in the queue right now. This dude I've had the pleasure of being able to perform with all over Northern Virginia and in DC. He started his comedy journey up in New York, and he survived those sharks and those lions, and he's coming down here ripping it up on the stages all over the DMV. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give it up for the Nigerian Nightmare, Ben Nokiba.
We are Ripped Radio Network.
That was a good intro, dog.
Nightmare, baby. Forget Kamara Usman. That's the man right there. What up, Ben?
What's going on? How you doing, dog?
I'm chilling, man. See, I'm already go ahead and hate because I can't stand people that can look cool with like their hair out of place, like they can just wake up and have a nappy look and it look cool other than shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I can't stand it, man.
Wait. I mean, your hair looks fine. His hair looks fine. So why are you over concerned about your hair?
Because, man, this shit lives forever in the infamy of the internet. Like somebody,
webs.
I ain't trying to make my barber look bad. I ain't. He gonna be like, man, your hair, like, who did that to your hairline, bro?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I do need a cut, man.
Oh, shut up. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at his shirt and look at him. Ain't no change whatsoever. It is the same hairline, same shape up. Same shape up. If I had a shirt on that had my shape up last week, y'all are literally treated like, since when did Conversations with Comedians have a guest host? That's exactly what they said. So what's up, Benny, man? What's been going on?
Hey, man, been doing well, dude. Just like you said, man, coming up here and just DC's been awesome. I'll tell you that much right now. Comparison to New York, just like you said, them Sharks is out there, boy.
Yes, they are.
I tell you. Listen, doing mics in New York City is a grind like no other. Not only do you have to pay to get on. That's the first thing, right?
You gotta
The
pay.
second thing is you gotta pay, bro. It's got
You telling me I gotta come out of pocket for the possibility of getting booed.
Booed. You lucky if you get booed. Ain't nobody in the crowd. That's the second thing. You performing in front of 4 different comics. It is a grind, I tell you, boy. But
that's like a prostitute saying, I'll give you a discount if you make me orgasm. Bitch, I don't need that type of pressure. I don't need that type of pressure.
That's what I'm paying for.
I gotta explain to my girl where this $45.17 going. Fuck wrong with you? I gotta make you orgasm too.
That's 17 cents.
Oh man, let me ask you this question, Ben. Let me ask you this question. When you think about the state of where comedy is now, as opposed to what you grew up off of, do you feel that it is in a better place, or could it be more challenging to those who are pure lovers of the art? And when I say pure lovers of the art, I'm talking about individuals with a mic, a stand, and a stool, as opposed to individuals who are getting their chops and building a following on social media, which will then translate to the stage.
That's the biggest game changer now, right? Like, you don't have a chance to be bad anymore. I think that, like, back then people had a chance to fail. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that makes the best comedy, the best art, is the ability to fail. And I think that is taken away, replaced with a different thing, though, because now it's kind of taking the hands out of the industry. You know, you want to call it whatever. You can now do things on your own that you would never been able to do before. But it's also like, I know you've seen how many nonsense clips are out there on Instagram.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm right now, the floodgates open during COVID.
Garbage. Somebody just asking somebody their age and laughing. And so why are you putting, there's no joke. You didn't come up with nothing. So that part of it is wild to me. But like I said, man, it's replaced. It's given an ability to do a couple different other things, which I don't know, tit for tat, you know?
Benny done came out swinging. I just want y'all to know that smile on his shirt is no reflection of what he's feeling right now. This nigga done came out throwing uppercuts and haymakers, didn't he? This nigga done turned into Israel Adesanya, like for real.
Shout out to Israel, boy.
Oh my God, yo! But speaking of that, if I'm not mistaken, you are Nigerian, correct?
I'm half Nigerian, half Ethiopian. That's right.
Nigga, you all African. Like, what are we talking about here?
Proper African. That's right.
Oh, bro, no. One thing you're not gonna do is sit up here and try to act, yeah, like that's so special. Like if he sit up here and do a DNA request, they're gonna be like, you know what? You're only 51% Nigerian and 49%. They're gonna be like, nigga, you 100% African. That's exactly what they're gonna
Okay, so this is where you don't understand. This is
I
two
wanna hear
different.
this.
There's East Africa and there's West Africa.
Nigga, I know how big the continent is.
Oh, then you should know how rare it is to hear somebody that's from both coasts. It's a wild. It never happens.
So your parents met somewhere around the Congo? What you telling me? That was you telling me? They met somewhere around the Congo.
That's funny.
What are you talking about here? What are you talking about?
But yeah, that's right. I am indeed an African kid.
So let me ask you this question, man, because I've seen a lot of African comedians and they talk about how serious their parents are, like Nigerian parents.
Yeah.
Were your parents really that serious growing up? Like nothing was funny, everything was literal to them?
Yeah, no games.
Give me an example, bro. Give me an example.
Bro, okay, listen, I can't think of like one specific example, but I could tell you this. If I tell my dad a joke, you understand? He's not going to laugh, and he's going to look at me and be like, this is the attitude that will make you fail. You become homeless. Like, wait, bro. I was just joking. And then it's like, when I was in the village, we had no time to joke.
No,
bro.
I've been to Nigeria and they talk like that for real. They don't talk with their whole hand, they talk with one finger. That's exactly how they talk.
Brother, you better listen.
Which way do I need to go to get to Lagos? This is what you need to do. First, you walk straight. If you walk straight, then you've gone too far, and you will need. You're like, do y'all have street names? Yes, we have street names, but no one goes. No one goes.
What were you doing in Nigeria?
Man, I was actually over there on like a duty when it came to being in the Marines. So I was actually in Sierra Leone and time out to go to Nigeria, places like that. And it's crazy to me because I didn't even know Nigeria's their language is English.
That's the British, man. The British.
Man. And like
I got a whole 10 minutes on that.
So we do have something to thank the monarchy for. Because I'm telling you right now, boy, them jokers are serious over there in Nigeria. I saw one dude in Nigeria. I guess somebody insulted him. He walked over to him, slapped him, gave him the Matumbo finger, and then sat his ass back down and finished his beef and red stripe. Like it was amazing. He just walked over to him and he was like, no. And the dude sat there and took the slap. I was like, bro.
That sounds like somebody getting shot.
Somebody getting shot in America. I'd rather you punch me than slap me. You slap me, dog. You know what? Let's not even get into slaps. Let's not even get.
You're right, bro. We gonna go down a whole rabbit hole.
Oh man, for real. And the last thing we need to do is go down the rabbit hole. And Easter was yesterday. Let me ask you this question, man. What prompted you to get into comedy? Because nothing is funny to a Nigerian. Nothing is funny.
Yeah. To be honest, man, this was back when iPod Touches had just come out, right? So there was the little iPods you could watch videos on. So my brother downloaded Dave Chappelle's special, the joint he did at the Lincoln Theater. I think it was Killing Them Softly. I don't remember the name. It's crazy. I don't remember the name, but I can recite the jokes. The reason I don't even know the name like that is because he downloaded it from LimeWire. And so the title was like 569-134. You know what I'm saying?
LimeWire was like the Napster of Napster.
Yeah, man. Literally, bro. And it was that and Cat Williams, the joint in the greens, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the Pimp Chronicles joint.
Pimp Chronicles. And it was, I mean, after I watched that, I was like, bro, what is this? Like, people can do this. Like, how is he coming up with this stuff? I'm thinking it's all on the spot. I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I probably watched some specials like 100 times each. And then I was really into basketball. So I was just like, you know, doing the basketball thing. And then once I graduated, I was living in Harlem at the time. I was doing this job. I hated the job. Of course, we all hate our jobs.
Yeah, sure.
And I walked into this bar called Harlem Nights. There's actually a movie about it, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. But it's this bar called Harlem Nights, and it was a Monday night, and they were doing comedy. And I looked, and I was like, man, I think I'm funnier than these cats, bro. Like, I seen a couple dudes bomb. I ain't seen nobody that was really good. I was like, man, I could do this. And sure enough, the next week, I was like, man, I'm going to come back next Monday. And I ain't stopped coming back. It was a wrap after that one.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing I noticed, man, when it comes to doing stand-up, it's like once you get up there, it's almost like a drug.
Oh, definitely.
Like you got to keep going back up there, man. Real talk. You got to keep going back up there. You know what we're going to do right now? We're going to take a little break because I see your last name, but I hear the way you talk.
Yeah.
I really and truly think you're adopted. So what we're going to do is we're going to play How Nigerian Are You?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, hits me now. No,
don't try to change the accent now.
No problem, my brother.
Let's hear. How Nigerian are you? All right. Ready?
Go.
All right. How many spoken languages are registered in Nigeria?
Okay, well, we have the main tribes. Igbo, that's my own.
Main tribes, like he's part of the tribe of Judah. Here we go.
You need to do your research. The Igbos are, anyway, we're going to go down.
Oh, Kyrie Irving, not on this show. Not on this show, Kyrie.
Igbo. Then there's Hausa. There's Yoruba. Those are the three main ones that you'll find. Now, of course, there's a bunch of different dialects, and everybody has their own little speaking ways.
Wait. Let me make sure you're right. Give me those 2 to 3.
Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa.
I think you're wrong. I think it's Igbo. There's a G in it.
Bro, don't tell me how my people pronounce mine.
It's his people. Nah, it's his people. Where were you born? Where were you born?
Duh.
Where were
there
you
is
born?
definitely a G in it, yes, sir. But it's not pronounced Igbo. It's Igbo. IBO is how it's pronounced.
I think you're wrong-o. It is a G in it. Where were you born? Let's see. Where were you born? Where were you born?
I was actually born in Washington, D.C.
Oh, nigga, you ain't real. You ain't real. Go get your dad. Go get your dad right now.
My dad don't live here. My dad don't live with me.
You know, she probably don't. He'd be like, son, this place is a pig sty.
My brother, what are you doing talking to this man?
Your dad is the only person that called my brother. I know what.
Yo, my dad actually came to my show for the first time. He seen me do comedy for the first time just this last year.
For real? Did he?
Yeah. I didn't. I mean, my parents didn't know nothing about comedy. Nothing. They didn't know I did it. They knew nothing. And
you've been lying to them for this long.
They never asked. I don't physically live with my parents. Like, I haven't lived with my parents since I was like 15 years old. Because I went to like boarding schools and whatnot. I was all over the place. But it's a funny story about how he first seen me do comedy. I went to Magoobies. You know Magoobies.
Hell yeah.
And the competition. Yeah, shout out to Timoni in Baltimore. And they had the competition. So I told my dad, I said, Dad, there's this comedy show. I would love for you to, just go. I didn't tell him I was performing. I didn't tell him I was doing nothing. I just said I was taking him to a show. He said, all right, I'm good, because he came to visit the States. And I took him. I left with my brother. I said, I'm going to the bathroom right before I went up on stage. And I went up
What
and I
is
did
your
my thing. Yeah, he's like, is that Benjamin? Is that Benjamin?
Is that the fruit of my loins?
That cannot be my son. And yo, it was crazy, man, because this is the monthly competition, and I won. I won the competition in front of him, like first time. He had never seen me do it before. It was like maybe like 200 people there, and yeah, it was like a story moment. I didn't know I was gonna win. I didn't know it was gonna happen like that, but yeah, it went well, dog.
That's great.
That's
I
how
bet
that's how we do comedy.
I am so happy.
Yeah. Oh, bro, he was like this, champion. Let's go. Because one thing my dad loves is winning. You understand?
Of course.
Nigeria winning. If it's a win, it's a win. You get me? So,
hey, how they say it? A win is a win. A win is a win.
Dog. A win is a win, dog. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's get back to how Nigerian are you?
Let's go.
What is the name of the Nigerian movie industry? What the hell was that? Like he said, what was that?
You gotta make this tougher question. Nollywood. Come on, bro. It's called Nollywood. We make our CGI, you know what I'm saying, camcorder movies. We do our thing.
Let's see here. Let's see what else. All right. The largest. Okay. All right. This should be pretty easy. How many plant species are there in Nigeria? A, 1,000. B, 3,500. C, 2,756. Or D, none of the above.
None of the above.
This nigga really does know Nigeria. Dog, I grew up in Northern Virginia my whole life, and you can't ask me to get the Route 1. You can't ask me to get the Route 1. This nigga is really Nigerian. So all right, here we go. Let's see. All right.
Mm.
Now, this is easy.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 50% chance of getting this right.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
Which hand in Nigerian culture is considered unclean?
That's my left hand.
This nigga cheating. You give them the answers.
Yeah.
This nigga cheating, bruh. This nigga cheating.
Come on, bro. I told you, dog. This is, you know what I'm saying?
I can't believe
it. About our country.
Stop turning your accent on and off. Let me see. All right, fun facts about Nigeria. Let's see.
Go to page 11 of Wikipedia to find the question.
You know what I'm saying? Forget it. What is the longest river in Nigeria?
The River Niger.
Shit, bro. I thought I had his ass stumped. I really did. I've known
that wasn't even really a question. Okay. I was just off there.
I've known this nigga for years, man. He ain't never. Just last time I saw him, he started wearing a dashiki. He did, man. That nigga had a dashiki on, man. I've known this nigga for years. He ain't never had no dashiki on. But he had a dashiki on. Guess what month I saw him? February. Fucking February.
Yeah, I'm ready. It was me and Nancy Pelosi, dog. We was out there.
Nigga. Yo, man. Speaking of politicians and shit like that, what do you think of Iowa getting invited to the White House along with LSU?
Oh man, this nonsense. This nonsense.
Yo.
When I saw this, I thought to myself, what justification do you have? Since when I thought we was getting rid of participation trophies? This was my understanding.
Nah, bro.
If you lose in the NBA finals, you take your ass home.
For real. Could you imagine that? Like LeBron James, and this will probably be the only time I ever defend him. LeBron James has lost 6 finals. He is the most famous basketball player for the past 20 years. Not nan president has ever said, hey, bring LeBron in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he brings some shoes with him. Like, nobody.
Hopefully he signed his jersey.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never when she said that joint, I was like, yo, I thought that joint was the most disrespectful thing ever. Like, I was like, that's crucial, man. Like, for real.
That was America, though. That to me was like, that's America.
Yeah.
You know, that's some American shit. Because the way they played, what's her name? What's the girl's name? Angel Reese?
Angel Reese.
Bro, first of all, the way they tried to play her, you know what I mean? Like, she came up with all this. She did the celebrations old girl was doing. She just did it right back to her. If you can't, you want to shut me up, beat me.
No, I understand that, but she stalked the girl. Like, she walked from one side of the court to the other side. It wasn't even, you can't see me no more. It was, you ain't looking at me. You ain't looking at me. That's what it was.
Listen, bro, take your ass back to Iowa. If you want to shut me up, beat me. Beat me.
But let
somebody
say, take your ass back to Nigeria. You racist.
Listen, bro. Listen, man. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. That girl played her heart out. Little LSU Ice Spice played her ass off.
You can say whatever you want to. I tell people this all day in the paint. Angel Reese did not want to be on that white girl's hit list. I'm telling you that right now. You can say whatever you want to, boy. Because what did I tell you? You done played basketball, haven't you, Benny?
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to get your ass busted by a brother.
When that white boy stop cooking you.
Let Eminem come to the basketball court and beat the Skittles out your ass up and down. No. A white man can't jump. Man, he pissing on me now.
I say this though. I gotta say this though. That little white girl got game.
Super game.
It was my first time watching her play. I'd seen highlights in that. I'm like, all right, bro, like who's she playing? Like, how's she doing all this? She hit one girl with the behind the back step back. She just fired it, Steph Curry style, wet. I said, oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. I'm serious. I'm gonna tell you right now. You say whatever you want. Angel Reese, once they started to pull away, she's like, "Whoof,
yeah, thank God."
And I'm serious. It was the same thing, bro. Come on, man. I'll put it to you like this: there is one song that you will never hear played at a Jay-Z concert. You want to know what that song is? Renegade. You want to know why? Because the Caitlin Clark of hip hop got on that bitch and started hitting lyrics from half court. Okay, was hitting lyrics from half court. That joke said, "Yeah, I went by the fork in the road and went straight." That nigga said, "I'm a poet. I mean, they Shakespeare. Jesus Christ, to these latter-day saints here." You're like, nigga. Don't you get on somebody's song like that? That's like a woman coming to your wife's kitchen and cooking better than her.
Oh, bro, imagine.
No way.
Oh, that's a fight.
Jay-Z has played every single song from his catalog at a concert except that one.
Yeah.
You ain't never heard Renegade ever.
Not another. Hell, that's funny as hell. Listen, the good part is too, I think they both going back to college.
Oh yeah, but I'll be real with you, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't even gonna lie to you. This is the first time in history I'm praying for a repeat in the national championship. Could you imagine?
With it.
Could you imagine,
bro?
The ratings if LSU and Iowa make it back to the championship game.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I mean, the chances of it are so slim.
So slim.
It did happen. I mean, I think they got like something like 9.9 million viewers for that game.
Yes.
That would double. That would double. Like, bro, I listen, both them girls, all the girls on that LSU team though, bro, some of them other girls on the LSU team were legitimate. The little point guard that took over the second half. We was talking about Ice Spice earlier. couple of them girls can really hoop, man. So like, yeah, I would love to see that, bro. And the little girls on Iowa, a couple of them,
Yeah, they
was back screens and
don't get it twisted. Heather, Beck, all of them. Sarah, like they were balling. They were balling. Don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted. What's the one girl? What was the one girl named Flo? I'm not trying to mess her name up, but if you talk about a contrast, that shit was like Michigan State, Indiana State back in '79. Like it was, bro. Like Angel Reese was Magic and Caitlin Clark was Larry. Like that joint was crazy, bro. And all their names. It's Caitlin and Heather and Beck.
Yeah.
Going up
Actually,
against Angel and Floje, and I was like, God dang, bro.
That was Magic, Larry. That was. I mean, they've been doing that for years in America. That little fake race war kind of, you know what I mean? That little narrative. They've been doing that.
You know what, man? That narrative kind of blew me, man. But I will tell you this. Yeah. One thing I did learn from Angel Reese is this, and I want to thank her for this. As long as you say you doing something for the greater good, it overshadows your true motive. Yeah. So for all my men out there, if your woman catches you cheating, say, I did this for all niggas out there who look like me, but can't get no play. And I swear to God, you'll get off. I swear to God, that's what I'm gonna do. Doug, why'd you do it? I didn't do this.
It wasn't for me.
For all niggas out there who look like me but can't get no play. That's who I did it for.
I had to show them it was possible, babe.
That's all I did.
It was possible.
I'm sacrificial, baby. I'm sacrificial. Then the Lord said, put others above yourself. So I sacrificed. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. You can learn something from me.
I respect you, man. And I heard she's making so much money off her NIL deal. I don't know if you looked into this.
Bro, I don't want to look into it.
Oh my
because it will make it sad. It will make it sad.
Bro.
Like, she don't even need to go to the WNBA, yo.
Nah, she said it. She said, I'm in no rush to go to the league. And I don't blame her. If it was the NBA, different story. But the WNBA, like, I know girls in the WNBA. They don't be, I mean, like, they make more money when they go play in Russia and actually don't go to Russia.
No, don't please.
But yeah, they make more money when they go to Israel or all these other countries, bro. It's crazy. But the problem is they got to play all year round, right? Because the NBA or the WNBA season is one time, and then in the off season they got to go now play with these overseas teams in order to make real money. By the way, they're not making no just living.
I hate when people say real money. It ain't like they handing out Chuck E. Cheese coins over here. It's real money.
Well, bro, the WNBA, they don't make that much money, bro. Like they mess around and have a second job. Like it's really like that. Like they really don't make money, bro.
They've gotten
no, we don't. No. We're gonna take a Google break.
Oh, here's the Google break.
Sorry.
Google it, bro.
We do a Google break.
Google it, bro. Right. Like the one that's getting paid the most is probably getting paid $100,000.
NBA salary. Damn, Google really searching. The average WNBA salary was $102,751.
Right. So now that's an average, right? And then you got to imagine that this is
what an average
is. Okay, but so then really think about it. If it's an average, this is not a equal opportunity sport. You get a contract based off of your agent. So one girl can be making $1 million, and the girl that's 11, 12, and 13 on the roster, she gonna be making $40,000. The average is still $100,000.
The minimum WNBA salary is $74,000.
$74,000.
Yes.
That's decent money, but that's not real money.
What the hell is it? It ain't monopoly money.
I mean, come on now. You're taking it literally, but you getting taxed. You getting
I'm taking it literally, coming from a half Nigerian. I just want to put that out there. Ain't that the
Doug, hold on, real quick. Doug, real quick. What's your credit card number? Let me grab that from you real quick.
5.
You know what? I already got it. Don't even worry about it. I got it. I got the IP address. I got the
Pack 'em up
social.
on my credit card. Hey, that's serious. I done chopped my shit up and I done sold it. Man, you ain't messing with my credit card. Niggas don't even call me to ask to pay for it. They just be like, turn the shit in.
I think it's really funny.
I guess I understand. I guess I understand what you're talking about, man. But $74,000 for average people ain't nothing to sneeze at now.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Ain't
But
nothing
I
to
agree with that. I agree with that. And of course, they get like sponsorship deals and the whole.
Thank you.
Like that kind of stuff can happen. But
You want to know the reason why I ripped the tag off this water? I ain't getting paid for this shit. It ain't like it comes from the river Niger. No, it doesn't.
That's a
No,
bar. I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
Yeah, it ain't like it come from the river Niger. It's just been bought by. I ain't even gonna go there because the hard R. But you know what I'm saying. So, Vinny, what you got coming up, man? If I'm not mistaken, you got a show on Thursday, right?
That's right, featuring Mr. Perspective himself. He will be there April 13th at the DC Comedy Loft, 8 p.m., man. We're going to be turning up. The reason this show is a little different than most other comedy shows you'll be going to is because it's the only show in DC where audience claps are actually worth money. So you can actually get the comedian that's on stage paid if you like them. If they make you laugh enough and you give them an applause break, they can get paid off of it. So that's it, man. Full Circle Comedy, you know the shirt. That's it right there. Go up on Instagram, check it out. Come through. It's always a fun time. We've sold every show out so far. People love it, man. Come see what the hype is about.
Yo, man, I cannot wait to get out there to the Comedy Loft, man. Get to perform with one of my homies, man, and everything. I'm really looking forward to it. I really and truly
Yes,
am.
sir.
Because I gotta make some money, man. This gas keep going up.
That's a fact.
This gas is ridiculous. You wanna know what's so aggravating about the gas? It's like gas will be $3.49 at one, and then right across the street, the shit will be like $2.99. It's
I
like
never understand. I never understand.
Yeah, like what is that about?
I'll never understand that. That always bothers me.
That's like a woman who's a born again virgin. So he get you for less, but I gotta take you out to dinner. Okay, Black China. Okay, okay, Black China. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing.
Yo, Black China, no.
Hey man, I swear to you, bro. I swear to you, that joint is hilarious to me.
Lord have mercy.
It is, man. Because I'm not trying to make fun of her, but I am. It's just the fact of the matter, like, why is it that men can never do that? Men can never sit up here one day and turn around and be like, I'm no longer a gangster. Because God has saved my soul. God may save your soul, but you still going to jail for you still going to jail for crime.
Direct.
Black China just wake up one day. I'm a born again virgin. How many times have you been born? Like how many times have you been born? Like how many times has the cord been cut, baby? Like how many
13 niggas that was in there the last year. You talking about born again virgin? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
What are we doing here? What are we doing? I swear, man. Oh, man. Yo, Conversations with Comedians on Beltway Radio and Beyond, man. I am so happy to have had my comedy brother, Benny Nokiba.
Nokebia.
Shit.
Almost.
Shit. I should have said, Nokia is Finnish, and he's Nigerian. So we gotta say,
what I need you to do though. I need you to look in the ancestry, bro, because I can almost guarantee, based off your facial features, you are West African. I looked it up.
I looked it up. I am 51% Nigerian.
There you go. You can have your credit card numbers back, dog. I don't want them no more.
Hell no. Hell no, boy. You can guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna tell you right now. You want to know how to save the other half of you? Those Ethiopian children that be starving out there? Get a Nigerian to do the commercial for only 13 cents a day. You can save 50% of my son. You can save 50% of my son Benjamin for only 50 cents a day. Just say 13. Don't pay attention to the past. Pay attention where we are
now. Bring your eyes here.
Eyes right here. Oh my God. Hey, you know, before we let you go, man, we got 2 minutes left. In 60 seconds or less, I always give it over to my guests. Motivating, entertaining. What would you like to pour out to my viewers, my listeners, and future comedians, whether it's entertaining or motivational? What is it that you'd like to say to them?
Yeah, okay. We've been talking a lot about Nigeria, and one thing Nigerians have a lot of is proverbs and sayings. This is a proverb that stuck with me my entire life and something that I live by. And the proverb goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. So if there's something you're looking to get after, get to it, man. There's no better time to start than the present. The earlier you start, the better off it'll be, man. So follow your dreams, man. You only get one life. That's how I feel.
That had to be the most motivatingly depressing statement ever, because you regret for wasting 20 years of your life.
Hey, start now.
I'll never ask Benny to do this shit again. Listen, man, on behalf of my guest, Benny Nokebia, my engineer, B Easy, I am your host, Mr. Perspective Doug Bennett. We will be back next week. If you are in the DC area, DC Comedy Loft, Full Circle Comedy on Thursday, 8 p.m. Come out, pay somebody's bills by laughing. Laughing ain't never hurt nobody, but silence sure as hell does. All right, we out. Bringing comedy.
Appreciate you, man.
See you next Monday. Thanks, Benny.
Much love, Doug. See you.